Hello, everyone. As usual, with Radha every week. Today, our episode about how you overcome your doubts and be more positive and learn how you will speak with yourself and love yourself is very important topics. Go ahead, the stage for you, Radha.
Absolutely. Hello, Mariam. It's nice
Hello.
to see you again. I hope you
Thank
had a
you.
great week. And hello, everyone. I'm just so excited to be here again. And yes, so let's talk about doubt. So you're probably wondering because doubt and fear kind of sort of related together, right? But the fear is actually a natural response because there's actual real danger that happens. So fear is there making us take an action. So that is fear. But doubt is not a natural response. The doubt is coming from however a mind perceived, a brain perceived, meaning what it thought the situation was. So now we get stuck to it and we think, so doubts, some of the things could be, well, I'm not smart enough
Hmm.
because the situation happened. Maybe you failed one exam at one point, and that was like in a really early age. Now that's in your mind now continuously because remember, its work is to protect you because you got maybe when you fail that exam and you're in so much pain,
Yeah.
right? So mind's job is your brain and mind's job is to take you away from pain. So now it's going to keep reminding you, remember, you failed. So now that's the doubt. So now say, and I'll tell actually, it's real life stuff that has been happening with some of my clients. It There was one client in particular who was going to write exams and she kept having those fear come up. So when I work with her, it was something that happened really early
Hmm.
age of hers. So now it kept stopping her. So we had to go through and let her know that no, it's just because of something from past.
Hmm. It's a bad
Also,
experience. Hmm.
exactly. And doubt is also it's like when when you start to doubting yourself, well, I don't know if I'm able to have this business or I'm not able to be in a relationship because of my past.
Hmm.
So it's just the past memories that mind is bringing up, and now you're thinking, so it's not real. Fear again, there's real actual response that happens. So when you think about it, when we don't move forward in life, it's the doubt
Yeah.
that stops us.
And I face it many times with my clients. All of them desire to change their life and join the online business, but suddenly they stop. They say, I can't do it. I have doubt about myself if I will be successful person or not. I understand. I feel like it's a fears. Okay. I never understand at the beginning it's a doubt because
Yes.
as you mentioned it's mixed together and we don't have awareness what this and what this, but with the like many time repeating the same situation, I feel they have something in the past maybe affects them to move forward in their
Yes.
life and take like action.
Yes, exactly. So now we're talking about doubts. Of course, you're probably wondering how do you overcome
Yeah.
doubts?
Yeah.
So in our last episode, we talked about that awareness.
Yeah.
That's where the awareness piece is really important for you. And you know what? The viewers can actually do that right now. If you have a pen and paper
Mm.
in front of you, you
Mm.
can actually just write out and ask yourself, okay, so say you're wanting to do something
Mm.
and you're not able to, telling yourself, oh, I don't know, I failed before. Or we're talking about the language barrier and things like that. Oh, I'm not able to
Yeah.
speak. Or I had a fear of public speaking. That
Yeah.
happened to me,
I
right?
happened to me too, especially in English because it's not our like first language. Sometimes
Hmm.
you feel like you did a lot of mistake when you speak, but do you know when you feel like believe in yourself, you overcome these doubts and you will keep going. I don't care. Do you know? I don't
Yeah,
care. I have to speak. I have to speak.
exactly. Exactly. I know, right? Another way is if you write it out, it could be something really, so for some people, it could be something really more serious too, but that they're not able to get over,
Mm,
right? Like
mm,
doing exams and things like that. So, how about like on a piece of paper, write out, okay, what is this thing that's stopping you from taking that action?
mm,
Okay. So, it could be fear of public speaking. We'll just use that example. Going into a new relationship, starting a new job, starting a new business.
mm,
Something stopping you, right? Okay, what is stopping me?
mm.
And just sit, ask yourself and sit and wait for that answer. So you probably know, oh yeah, it's fear of something new, or fear of a language barrier, right? That's the thing. And then ask yourself, is this something that's happening now? Is this something from now? Is this something coming up from long time ago?
Mm.
When was the first time I felt this way?
Yeah,
Right?
it's a
It's
good technique.
basically taking a light and shining on whatever's you've held in
Mm,
with you for all these years. And it
mm,
could be, oh, because you start to coach, just like I coach my clients. I ask these questions and that comes up. Coach yourself. And then you probably, oh yeah, I was like 15 years old and I went up in front of the class just to give a speech and people laughed at me.
yeah.
Right? So now that becomes that doubt for yourself. Or in past in relationships, you kept attracting the same partners and things kept, well, I'm just gonna stay away from this. I don't want to
Mm,
go there because something must be wrong. Could be something wrong with me. Usually it's because you doubt is when you're doubting yourself.
mm,
Something must be wrong with you. So doing those exercises like that really helps. It's like journaling too, right? Or if you have a coach or you have some, a friend that you want to work with too, you could do that. You sit and ask each other because sometimes that's all it is.
yeah.
That awareness piece, once it comes out, the power is taken away from it.
Release it again. We will go to awareness and release it again.
Exactly.
This is the
Exactly.
secret to overcome
Yes,
anything. In
exactly.
my opinion, I'm not a coach, but this is what
No,
I
but
think.
that's why I talk about the six principles, right? Awareness, acknowledgement,
Mm,
saying, "Oh, this is what's going on," accept it. Okay, this is what has happened, right? Release whatever emotions you're feeling, and then so that's where the next topic we're going to talk about is how to talk to yourself, the positive and loving yourself. That's when you basically reset, right? And put all this good stuff in you. Tell yourself who you are. So, talking about, so what I always say is change the language how you speak to yourself. Talk to yourself like you'd be talking to that little baby of yours. Talk to yourself like you're talking to the best friend. Because we're nicer to the people outside than we are to ourselves,
tough
right?
with yourself. I agree.
Yes. Right? So if you can't do that, if you're so critical of yourself, so you could just imagine how that information is going out,
Mm,
how people perceive you. So you know how sometimes say, well, they don't respect me.
mm,
They don't love me the way I love them. That's when you come back and ask yourself, do I respect myself? How do I talk to myself? Do I love myself?
yes, I
So
agree.
how can I expect someone else to see? If I talk nasty to myself, my brain's listening. Remember,
Mm,
everything you say, the mind is listening, and now it's
the
going to send
software.
this,
Remember the software.
yeah, and it's sending that signal
Recording.
to your body, and now it's your internal state. And your internal state has changed, and the person in front of you is going to feel your internal state.
Mm,
So change, if everyone you're listening to this right now, if one thing you can do to change your reality, change the way you speak to yourself. Change it right now. If you're saying, well, this is never going to happen, I'm just not good at with this, I'm not smart enough, I'm not pretty enough, all of those things, change it around and say, if it is, I am amazing, I can do this. Change the words around, or even things like, what if, what if what if I fail?
Mm.
Or about, what if I succeed? Change the words that you're using, that you're saying to yourself. You could just imagine when you have that little baby that you love so much, and you consistently say to that baby, you're dumb and you're stupid and you're not gonna make it, and this, how do you think that baby's gonna feel? So guess what's happening to your internal state?
Yes.
Remember, your internal state is what changes your reality.
Yes.
So change the language, change how you speak to yourself. It's so important. Look at yourself and tell yourself over and over and over till there's a click that you love yourself, that you're smart, amazing. All of the bad, negative things you were saying about yourself, switch it around. Write on a piece of paper, put it on the mirror, and talk to yourself like the way you talk to your loved one that you really, really love. Right? So, because one of the things that I have used is, I would say to my clients, is if you're saying all these bad things, I'm not sure if we did this, Mariam, where I've got clients to say, if they say, well, I'm just not enough, or I'm whatever they're saying, I say, okay, repeat that over and over. Or I'm not good at speaking, so I'm not going to be able to get that job. So I said, keep saying it over and over. And they're like, well, that's not true. I said, say it, keep saying it. I'm
Until you
not.
believe it.
Well,
Mm.
no, but the negative part, because what's going to happen, you're going to, well, that's not true.
Yeah.
That's not true. So if you say, I am ugly, if you've been saying that consistently, or I am fat, stand and look at yourself in the mirror and keep saying, and then something will happen. You're like, well, hold on, that's not true. Then, because it will happen. And when you say that, does it feel heavy or does it feel light? It feels heavy.
Yeah.
Okay? So switch it around. Now keep saying to yourself, then you might turn around and say to me, but Radha, I don't believe that. I am fat. So why am I going to say I'm not? Why am I going to say I'm beautiful? I said, keep saying it. Keep looking at that person and say it over and over and over and over and over. I'm beautiful. I'm amazing. I'm intelligent. I can get this done. I'm great with this work. I'm a great speaker. I had to do that because public speaking was my biggest issue.
Yeah.
I had to do that. I am an amazing speaker. I had to look at myself and say it over and over and over and over till it switched. And then I had to put myself into that uncomfortable situation. Like, here you go. I'm going to do this.
Yeah.
But I had
You
to
are right now. You are a good speaker.
But not long ago wasn't. So this stuff works.
Yeah.
One thing I always get people saying, but I don't feel it. I said, keep saying it and you'll feel it, because what you tell your mind, it sends that reaction to your body right away. So if you consistently say it, you will shift.
When you say it, you feel it, and your mind will keep it, and it will
There's a
change.
signal going back and forth,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
So now your body's feeling good. It sends a signal back to my state is feeling amazing. Now your brain's going to bring more of that
Yeah.
for you to have. That's how it is. It just keeps sending a signal back and forth. So just know that there's someone listening every time, whatever you're saying, there's somebody listening. So be good to yourself. Now, coming to about loving yourself, Mariam, I'm going to ask you, what does loving yourself look like to you?
Do you know what? Before this year, I don't know how to love myself, but now I love myself after the sessions we did together. Uh, when I under myself, when I understand myself, okay, my body, my mind, I love myself. When I said I am number one, okay, I am number one. I have to take care about myself, and after that, I take care about the other people. Not do the opposite. All my life, I did the opposite. I take care about all people, okay, except me. And
Exactly.
this the way now I am thinking about to love myself first and respect myself first. I am the first one, okay. Now my life is easier, and
Yeah.
nobody take advantage from me anymore.
Yes. Yes. Because when you love yourself, because you can't expect others to treat you if you're treating yourself the other way,
Yeah.
right? Talking about where you're putting yourself as number one. That's what I was going to say is prioritize yourself.
Yeah.
So all of the viewers of travel in the plane, and what is the first thing when they say when there's danger, something's happened, put the
Put the
mask on
mask
yourself.
first and for your children after.
Exactly. So you gotta give all of that to yourself. You gotta fill yourself up to give back.
Yeah.
Again, fill your cup up. When your cup is dry, can you give anything from that? No. So you gotta make yourself priority. And of course, I bet people are probably saying, but that's being selfish.
No, it's not selfish. There is a big
Uh,
difference between selfish and love yourself. No.
exactly. Exactly. But a lot of times that comes up too, because then we start to feel guilty when we take care of
I
ourselves,
was in the same situation
right?
at the beginning until I aware what I have to do.
Exactly. Because that was the same thing. And guilt, I'm gonna say it out loud so people know how serious this is. Guilt can kill you.
Yes.
Literally, that emotion is so heavy that you can just go down in it, and that causes all of these depression and anxiety, everything that you can think of, because when you start to feel guilty and you get into that mode. So no, loving yourself does not mean you're being selfish, but you're prioritizing your health, you're prioritizing your brain health, your physical health, emotional health, mental health, so that you can actually give more. That's what happened to me, and I bet, Mariam, you feel the same way too. Now that I prioritize my life, myself, I'm able to do so much. I have so
Yes.
much energy.
Yes, I agree.
I
More
feel
active,
good.
more energy, more like enjoy your life more.
Exactly. Creating boundaries is another thing with self love, loving yourself, is being able to say no to others.
Yeah, this is I don't
That's
know before.
huge, right?
Yeah.
It's a big thing. And there's men probably listening to this too, but women, it's really easy for us where it's, we can't, we don't say no because we're thinking, oh, we're going to handle everything.
Mm.
Right? So being able to say no, not from anger, not from resentment. One of the things does come up, Miriam, is when don't love ourselves and we just do everything, we start to resent,
Mm.
right? The resentment starts to come.
Mm.
So creating boundaries, basically being able to say no when you're not able to do something.
Say no with love. Everyone they accept it, not with
Exactly.
yeah.
Exactly. Not being mad, not being frustrated, not feeling guilty, but being able to say that. But overall, I know a lot of times, okay, loving yourself, pampering yourself. No, it's not that. But making yourself priority.
Mm.
And then practicing all the brain health stuff, right?
Mm.
So being able to, eat well and take yourself a few minutes to do the workout or go out in the nature. So things like that is all to do with self-love.
Breathing is a good
It's
thing.
all part of that, right? Because when we don't, I get that a lot of times when my clients will say, well, I haven't had the time to breathe. Haven't had time to practice all of that because I have to take care of my kids and I have this work and I have to do this and I have to. I'm like, okay, if we just took 2 minutes
Even
to
sometimes
do
one
that,
minute.
even 1 minute,
When I like
exactly.
after I like drive my son to the school, if I am in like late morning, okay, I do it at the car.
Yeah. But what it's going to do is it's going to give you no more time. You're going to feel good to be able to go take care of others.
Yeah,
So love yourself, that others will love you. So you're not going to be sitting there complaining. Your reality will change.
yeah,
You
I
start
agree
to do that.
from my
I
personal experience.
exactly, exactly,
Yeah.
exactly.
Thank you, Radha, for a great topic. I like it. It touch everyone, I think, and everyone will like learn a lot from this topic. Thank you, guys. We will see you next week. Have a good week. Bye bye. See you later.
Thank you. Have an amazing week.
Thank you, Radha. Bye bye.